In this exercise, I'm going to demonstrate the blood flow restriction dumbbell press. Now, what is that? Well, we're going to do a typical dumbbell press, but we're going to use blood flow restriction cuffs on our arms to get the effects of blood flow restriction training. So I'm going to demonstrate a few reps for you, and then I'm going to talk you through it step by step so you learn how to get the most out of this exercise. So let's talk about that. I'm going to go over the technique of the dumbbell press, but I want to talk also about the blood flow restriction cuffs that I have on. So the first thing that you need to do is to apply the proper amount of pressure with the blood flow restriction cuff. And if you remember from the video I did on blood flow restriction training, you want it tight enough so that your veins start popping out, but you don't want it so tight that you start feeling your arm go numb or get cold or any type of sensation like that. It's gonna feel uncomfortable a little bit, that's okay, but you don't want your arm going numb. So that's the right amount of pressure. And if you feel it starting to go numb, if you feel like you have too much tension on there, all you have to do, let a little bit of the tension out and readjust. No problem. But the first thing you want to do is get the amount of pressure right before you start your exercise. That feels about right for me. And so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to pick up the weights and get into position. So what you do to get the weights into position is that you have them right on your knees, you kick them up one at a time, you lay back as you press them up. From here, you're gonna take your feet, press them into the ground, because this is a whole body exercise. You want your legs helping you to stabilize the position. You want a nice grip, tight grip on the dumbbells, and then you bring them down, press them back up. No need to come down too far. Come down as far as it feels comfortable, but avoid any pinching in your shoulders or anything like that. And with the blood flow restriction training, want to make sure that you're doing high reps. Want to make sure that you're at least doing in the neighborhood of around 20 reps, at least, and can be even more. So I'm not going to finish that now, but as you can see, just by doing a little bit, you see the veins start to pop out. Now, that doesn't mean anything other than I have the right amount of pressure on and the blood is starting to the blood isn't coming back to my heart and it's starting to pool in the veins in the arms. That's exactly what you want because that creates the effect that we're looking for. The last thing I want to say about this is you want to keep the bands on until you're done with all your sets of this exercise. Once you're done with all the sets, you release the bands to let the circulation back, take your rest, and then if you have another blood flow restriction exercise to perform, then you put them back on and do it. But in between exercises, you give your arms some rest. And that's how you do blood flow restriction training with the dumbbell chest press.